All right, so today I'm gonna be really focusing in on market structure a little bit more. Did he come on? Got iPhone on. I don't know who that is, but welcome iPhone, whoever iPhone is. So we're focusing on market structure a little bit more. We're not gonna like, okay, hey, how's it going? It said iPhone. I didn't know who it was. So everyone says, "Oh, we're entering a bear market, or we're entering a bull market," or to those extents. So when do we know if it's a bear or a bull market? For me, has always been going to the monthly. I always go to the monthly and I look for the last fractal. The last fractal was down there. So to me, we're still in the bull market, even though we have this fractal right here that is trying to test at this point, but we're still in a bull market for Bitcoin. I know everybody keeps saying eventually it's going to be a bull market, a bear market. You have to look at the last fractal. When this fractal happened, this was the entering of a bear market. What we got right here, this fractal came on the monthly and we entered a bull market. You can look at them on different time frames. Yeah, we do have these two weekly fractals right here. And that's probably why people are saying, oh, we're entering into a bear market, especially after this bear candle. But price action looks like it's showing something different, because you can't just go off of any old indicator or any old signs. Price action is your sign. This is a nice big rally up. And honestly, on the monthly, this monthly candle right here broke above this body. Let me make that a different color so you can see. So that, if you can see, this candle broke above the body of this candle. So this candle probably is a retest candle. Last week was a retest candle, or last month. This month is the candle that's gonna make the difference. Either it's gonna drop and make this double top, or is just gonna keep flying up and start making more highs. But if we take this off and we actually use market structure as our key, not what we think, what happens in the past. Well, let's look at the highs. Let's look at the swing highs, the swing lows, right? So obviously right here is an area where price dropped down after breaking through. It came to retest this area right here, shot up, made a higher high from this high. It took out this high and it came here. So since it took out this high, this will be a support floor. Look what happened right here. We have a hammer for the week. A hammer is an indecision candle, meaning the bears were trying to push down, but they got to the last area, the last high. It got rejected. That's why Bitcoin, it has a blue candle for the week. I mean, I said blue. I mean, sometimes it looks blue. I guess I'm colorblind right now. A green candle. We had this green candle. We have a rejection hammer candle. And then we have a blue candle for the week. Me personally, when I have a blue candle for the, or green, whatever color this is, because I don't know what color it is now. I'm just colorblind today. Whatever color it is, I'm going to go with the color of the weekly candle. So I'm not going to look for sales, especially after this hammer. I'm looking for, since this was the structural high, and that was the support, I'm looking, and then obviously it's on the uptrend. So we put all our confluencies together, uptrend. That's the buying pressure. Every time it gets to here, we have buying pressure, but we also have selling pressure on this end. For every time it gets to this up here, I'm gonna put it over the wicks. So it keeps selling, but look how many bearish candles we see on this uptrend. We don't see a lot of bear candles. So it looks like the bulls are still in control. We won't see the bears take this market out until we get the break of this sell pressure. So when it gets right here, where it gets this buying pressure where the bulls get in, we would have to see something like a break out of here. And when we get that break, then we'll have that retest. We'll have the retest, and then we'll start seeing the market drop from here. And it's got to take out this, this high, and then it'll start dropping. That's what we want to see on moves like this. But right now, as you can see, there's more bull candles. These are just exhaustions. It's going phase one, which is the push phase. Phase two is to come back to retest the area that it just broke out of. And then we have the higher high. Now we're in this first, so this higher high is phase one all over again. Phase two, we're coming down to exhaust to retest the area that was just broken. And obviously just looking at price action, and we just, we try to make it not as complicated as possible. We see that hammer, that rejection off that area. So what do you guys think is going to happen next? I want to see what you guys think. What's the next thing that's going to happen from the data that we have right here on the week? Oh shoot, let me take this off. I didn't even know that was on. All right, so I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. So retest the structure. What do you mean retest? Where structure are you talking about here? This one down here? Right. So yeah, we can have, that's when you start going down to your smaller time frames, and you see here on the daily, we have a bullish engulfing candle right here. Plain as day. We got this candle slammed down to retest this support. And then when it got to the support, we have a bullish engulfing off of the support. So it already retested, and so it already retested on the daily. So weekly wise, of course, we got to go to lower time frames and do the analysis and make sure that we're correct. But what looks like is going to happen is it's going to come back up here, and it might retrace and come back here to this trend line where the buyers come in the market and break it past this high to make a new high, or maybe a break a little bit, retest. The buyers will come back into there on this buying pressure line and make an all-time high. That's what looks like Bitcoin is going to do. Yeah, that'll be all-time high. Yeah, to the moon. Because, like, honestly, let's just be honest. Would you put a sell in this right now after this rejection off of this last high? You got to be smart. Why would I put a sell in right now after I seen this big hammer rejection off this last previous high? Obviously, the market is saying no. We don't want to go down, because if it wanted to go down, it would have broke this whole trend where all the buyers keep buying off of, retested it, and start going down by now. And we've seen this before. Yeah, okay, this move happened, and this was the all-time high. I don't know how long ago, a couple of months ago. Yeah, this happened, but probably more than a month ago. Wow, this is a lot. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 months ago, it made this all-time high, and people thought that Bitcoin was going to dump all the way down. And I remember looking at this. Oh, it was a head and shoulders. Yeah, it was a head and shoulders, but not all the time. You gotta see hidden jewels. That was the hidden jewel right there. Obviously, you can see it right there. Sharp move, and it came just a tad bit. Sharp move right there, and then shot up. So obviously, this area was not trying to be broken. So all this move is just a retracement. And it retraced. And if we honestly, you use all your tools, and eventually, if it's too confusing, you can just stick with one thing. But when you start using your tools, I think if you come down from here all the way up to the body of the candle, do you see why it's on the 50 golden zone? There was a 50 golden zone, and look, it flew after that 50 golden zone. So there's the 50 golden zone in this area right here. That's why I said using your fibs, use your trend lines, use your support and resistance. It makes a bigger picture. And then, you know, I use my fractals, because fractals always are going to show up on support and resistance. So that way you won't be trading in the middle of nowhere. And, you know, you don't want to do that. So we got a 50 golden zone rejection and market flies. So this was just a pullback. It was a deep pullback to push back up and make a new high. That's all it is. And then you got to remember this. Every time it drops like this, Venezuela, those other countries in South America, they buy the dip, because, you know, Bitcoin is a part of their currency now. Do you really think like multiple countries that have this as a currency now is going to let it drop down? It'll drop down, they'll buy a whole bunch of it, and they'll shoot back up. So at this point, just my professional opinion, I don't think Bitcoin will never come back down to 32. I think from here, it's just going to keep going up, and it'll retrace a little bit and go up. And this is just going to keep moonshotting for the next 10 years. Especially more countries are buying in and having this as a currency. I just don't see there will be bear markets, like I said, because once you put the fractal in and go to the monthly, that, you know, these fractals are indicating that the market is going to turn around. And even on the weekly, see how the weekly are like, okay, it'll get right here, sell pressure, get back to this line, fractal, buying pressure, fractal, sell pressure. So the next fractal needs to show up on that candle right here, which let's see what it says on the day. So on the daily, we got 3 fractals. And remember, you know, this is advanced fractals. The more fractals that show up on a support on the daily will create that weekly fractal right there. Soon as we get a weekly fractal right here on this trend line with the buy-in, like you can do your analysis. You see every time it gets there, there's buy-in pressure. Once that fractal gets right there, this move will be probably a 99.9% chance. And then you'll be confident enough to pull the trigger, put your stop below, and let it ride. If your account can hold it, or you can just buy it on crypto.com or whatever you want to do. But swing trading Bitcoin. Well, you know, there is a broker called Prosperity FX, and Bitcoin is cheap on there. Like you do a 0.01, you at like, I say you like at 20 cent in drawdown. So you put $100 in that account and put a buy-in right now, put it right there, you'll probably be only risking like $4 or $5 to make like 20, 30 bucks. But you know, I don't even remember. I had a Prosperity FX account. I don't know, I stopped using it because Osprey is just like so good. But anyway, do you see how I used all my confluencies to come up with this? And then, you know, I can always come down from this last low and take it to that last high. And look, that was a 50 golden zone rejection right there. So this is screaming buy. This is a scream for a buy. This is a deep pullback. It didn't go to the 23. It didn't go to the 38. It came all the way and wicked down to 61.50 in the middle, which is the golden zone. So this looks like a lot of confluences to go up. Where's that line at? Is it right here? Yeah, there it is. Take that off. You know, the more you understand market structure, the more you put your trend lines in, your support and resistance. You know, like I said, always go here and see if it's actually a support and resistance. You'll see them sharp moves right there. And I don't know if I told you guys, you know, when you put the line chart on, it takes the wicks off. There's no wick. You see this wick right here? See this wick? If I put the line chart on, there's no wick. So it's canceling out all the noise, because the wicks are just obsessive noise. You don't need it. It's causing you to not understand what you're seeing. And even right here, we got all these sharp moves right here. Where is price at? I didn't even see this. I had to put this in to see where it's at. This is screaming for a higher high. Just based off my analysis. Somebody else might see it some, something else, I think some people were trying to put buys in right here, but here's my thing about putting buys in after seeing deep red candles. Eventually the market need to pull back. Like, you might get lucky and see something like this and then put a sell right there and see the next candle did that. But luck don't go too far with some of these candles. Like this, if you would have put a sell in right here, it only went right here and then shot up and hit your stop loss. So you just gotta understand what you're seeing on every time frame. But it's easier to just go to these higher time frames and figure out the direction. Then we can go to the H4 and we'll go over here to the H4. Let me take all these off because I don't need it. So we can come over here to the H4 now. Let me take these fractals off. And we can start looking for the support and resistance on H4. We put that in and see they're a little bit more different now. So we got something going on right here. We got pullback on H4 right here. All the rest of this stuff, it could be areas and they're probably on the hour. Some of those look like hours. That's why I don't pay attention to them because they're not really as sharp. Well, we got something right here. Some in that area. So now here you go. Here you go. You right here in this area now. See, and it's retracing. So it made a bullish engulfing candle. It's retracing. All right. We have something like a goofy looking inverted head and shoulders. At the neckline, we'll just say that this retest area needs to be broken for me to even get into the trade now. Even though that we saw it on the weekly, when you look at weekly support and resistance, it's going to blow past all your hour, H4, and daily support and resistance because that's just what it is. You got to see whatever you see in the market. You have to go off of that time frame. You can't go off of smaller time frames because if that was the case, we need to go all the way down to M1 and put every support and resistance in the M1, and then the M5, and then the M15, and then the M1. The next thing you know, you got too many lines all over your chart. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So again, we'll go back here. And the way I had it set up, let's just put a little bit in there, and I don't have to put everything. So the way this is set up on the weekly, if this move, if it's a high swing, like so swing high, swing low, swing high. Let's do it like that. So swing high, swing low, swing high. If this move is supposed to happen on the weekly, right? Doesn't matter what's going on the H4, the M15, the H1. Do you even have to put them levels in there if you know this is the move that's going to happen on the weekly? None of them levels are relevant because this is the pattern that you're looking at, unless you were looking at it on the daily or something like that. So this is why when I go to the weekly and I got swing trades or something like that, I don't care what's going on the hour. I don't care what's going on the H4. Who gives a crap? This move is stuck in between a channel. It's going to come up and make a high. And let's just say it don't make this move, right? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, it just comes up here and makes it M. I'm okay with that because right now we just got a rejection. We see you got to use your eyes. Obviously, that's a big wick rejection. It ain't trying to go down. So why the hell are we looking for sales? There's no reason to look for sales at this point. Unless something dramatically happens and there's some news, because it's been news every day. So Bitcoin gets affected by news too. But the way it looks price action wise, it looks like it's coming back up to retest the 62400. And the same thing with SHIB New. Because Bruce made a video and I made a video too. I don't talk about it as much. My videos are like, I put them out and then if whoever see them, just see them. So let's go here to SHIB New. This is the the daily, or the H4, I think it was daily wise. So SHIB New, this is from this low to this high right here. We have a 50 rejection. Yeah, I know it's the same thing. SHIB Euro, the same thing. I just couldn't find SHIB new at the time when I was marking it up. Yeah. So we had a 50 rejection. Look how powerful these fibs are. Oh, look what we're doing. Don't do that. So look how powerful these fibs are. Always use your Fibonacci with your setups. It came to the 50 golden zone and it started making, I want you to see these candles. That's a rejection candle. That's a hammer right there, if you can see it. Then the next candle, big bull candle off of the 50 rejection. And it looks like it wants to come back and, make some little squiggly move to test this structural high all over again. But see, if you take all this off, remove the drawings, this was the selling pressure anyway. There was selling pressure every time it got right here, bounced, 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 but it broke out of the selling pressure. And then the floor was right here. This was the floor that it was holding on to by dear life. And then we had some sharp move right here. So it probably got rejected. But that's okay. It's okay that it got rejected right there. Long as it broke out of this. These are the little small things I want you to understand. Yeah, we have a low right here, right? But we have a selling pressure that got broken, and this is on the daily. So the higher the time frame, when it comes to things like this, the higher the time frame, the stronger this move is gonna be. If this was M15, we ain't worried about it. This is the daily. This thing gonna fly. It's probably gonna sit right here, and then it's gonna come probably retest down here or somewhere, probably make a W and just fling and come up here. It ain't gonna come up here like a moonshot, but it's gonna work its way up here because it already broke out of this trend line with this selling pressure. See what I'm saying? And that's just, that's basic price action. And see, even I thought it was gonna come all the way down here, but obviously it didn't. Sort of. So that was a base for it to just come down and retest. Buyers get in so it can keep going up. And then eventually what we're looking for is to come up here. When it come up here, then this area will be the new support. Then we'll have some little weird stuff going on until it finally comes up again and makes another floor that turns into a support. And that's all the market does on every time frame. These are the things we're looking for. So, what do we have for DXY? DXY acting. Oh yeah, it was news today. I didn't put no trades out today because it was news, and I ain't trying to lose no money on no news. I've lost enough money on news. I'm not really a news trader. I don't like it because it'll go against your whole setup. All right, so keep this in mind. Remember, like I said with the DXY, the DXY does the complete opposite of what gold is doing. So as soon as this is done retesting this area, because let's just be honest, it just broke out of this trend. Yesterday we had some news that came and retested the trend line all over again. Yeah, I'll explain it. But I think I already closed out of that trade, but I'll explain that afterwards because this is going to be linked. It could possibly. I just didn't want to trade it while news is going on because news will affect all of our trades. And news have been affecting my trades all week because we had news every day. Matter of fact, tomorrow, while we on this call, I want you to see what's going on for tomorrow. Just real quick. This is today. So we had all this goofy US news. I did not want to trade none of this. Well, no, that wasn't today, was it? That seemed like that was yesterday. Today. December. Is December? Nope. Is this tomorrow or is this today? He's silly. Also, this was today. Today we had, look, when you see stuff like this, always come to Forex Factory before you put trades in anyway. That's my fault, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't come and look at this stuff. Today we had news on every pair. This was not a day to trade for me. I wasn't finna trade because I've been in this scenario where the market just does all these weird spiky moves and mess you up and mess up all your trades. So this is today. So we're good. Let's see what tomorrow has in store. Again, I'm not trading tomorrow either. This is all pairs. What did it do last time? So yeah, forecast 2%, 5, yeah. Or is it right here? Oh, there's no forecast. Okay, well, I'll look for some trades tonight then. I can't, when you press on it and you look, it'll show you the forecasts. The last previous times, nothing really happened. So I guess I'll trade tomorrow. This is not that bad. We all good. I thought we had some terrible news. All right. So with the dollar index, we go on the weekly. You see, it's at a retest area right now. I feel like it's going to come down here and then shoot up, just based off the market structure. But let's make this where you can see it. We got a red candle for the week with the dollar. And not only do we have a red candle, I can take these off. We have a doji. We have a doji for the week on the dollar index. You already know what dojis are. It's an indecision candle. That means we might have movement to the downside. So since we know that, that's when we can take advantage. We come down to the daily. We got that indecision hammer candle along with a nice bull candle to engulf. What's this? 1, 2, 3. Engulfed it. 3 candles. And then you come to the H4 is where the magic is at. We were trending up for a very long time, right? Somewhere like in this area. We're trending up for a very long time. Price stopped making higher highs, right? So price did not make a higher highs. The news yesterday, we were down here. The news yesterday came back up to this trend line, got rejected, right? So just using price action. There's a low because it wicked down there anyway. The other low. We have that low. And we have this right here. Since there was a doji on the week, and we already know what happens with dojis, the market reversed, and it's at that retest area on the weekly too. So we're looking for, right now it's just acting goofy, maybe a pull up a little bit more, but we want a nice little break, retest, break, retest, break, retest, and just keep going down. This is the move that we're looking for after it just broke out its trend line, stopped making higher highs, and it looks like it doesn't want to go up. So since the dollar is going to be weak, now we can see that odd New Zealand, even though the news, today's news was terrible, the news messed up trades. That's why I took us out of that odd New Zealand and odd, New Zealand dollar and New Zealand, odd USD and odd New Zealand. Like, and remember, I told y'all before, when you see crazy stuff like this little wick right here, that was market liquidity. It already grabbed orders. So this is ready to start coming up. We just got to wait now because the news today messed it up. So what we were looking for is, I'm not too much concerned about this. This was news. I remember that. But also keep in mind, it did wick right there. So when it's done wicking right there, because it's making a good floor, and this floor is where a lot of buying pressure at. Look at that buying pressure off that floor on the daily. So what we're looking at now is I'm gonna have to wait again because the market messed me up. We're gonna wait on lower time frames because we did have that W. If it doesn't make a lower low and it start making, make some more W's and stuff, then we're gonna take it. This will be TP1 because that was gonna be TP1 anyway, once we get the pattern that we're looking for. And eventually, you know how, I don't know if you know by now, Australia and New Zealand, they move a lot. So that would have been TP1. So I need to wait we'll probably take this one and then we'll wait for this to break and retest this area, and then we'll take this one. And we'll have two different trades. I'm not going to do TP1, TP2. No, we're just going to take it to there, and then we're going to wait, sit, and be patient, wait for it to break this area, and then we're going to take it to here. That's for odd USD because the DXY looks like it's going to drop. Now, as far as the New Zealand trade, it's the same thing. And this one looks a little better than odd USD. So trivia, if odd USD had a red candle, but New Zealand has a blue candle, which one's stronger? Let's see if y'all know. And look, all them wicks right there. Boy, that's on the dailies. Once we get a daily fractal, that's it. So who can tell me if odd New Zealand had a red candle right there? But I mean, odd USD had a red candle, but New Zealand has blue candle still. Which one is stronger? Is odd stronger than New Zealand, or is it vice versa? Which one? Let's see if y'all know. I don't need this. Nobody knows? I know you know, Yash.
Yeah, so this one, please repeat your question.
All right, so this is New Zealand dollar, right? We got a blue candle right here, right? See that blue candle?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go over to, what is it? Odd USD, where did I put it at? Odd USD has a red candle right there. So which one's stronger, New Zealand or Australia?
Odd, Australia.
Nope. Australia has a red candle. That means Australia can't beat out the dollar. New Zealand is beating out the dollar a little bit. So with that being said, what is Australia versus New Zealand doing right now? Australia versus New Zealand should be dropping because New Zealand is stronger just by looking at another pair. You see what I'm saying? So odd New Zealand, it should be bearish. Yep, you see it's bearish. And actually, as we speak, we did have a level right there, even though we have the W. We do have another level right there on odd New Zealand. That so it's stuck in between two levels that it needs to break out of. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for either or, either that move or that move. Only moves I'm waiting on. All right. So as far as New Zealand, you say you're still in New Zealand?
Yes, the New Zealand USD.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, the news. See what the news did today? So I hate trade news.
Yeah.
All right. So now the only thing we can worry about now is it going to turn around? If it starts turning around, I need you to turn around an hour or H4, honestly. Once it starts turning around, I'll get back in. Is that, you mean you can see for yourself? There's the support right there. The buying pressure is there. So I'm gonna wait because especially on the copier and on my account, I'm gonna wait to get back in. I knew the news was gonna mess up our trades, so I closed out on the copier and I closed out on my phone. I gave the notification for everyone to close out too. I don't know if you saw it or not, because I kind of figured, huh?
Yeah, I did, but by that time it was too late.
Oh, it was too late?
No, by that time I saw, it was too late.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when Colin Powell, when he talks, he likes to save the dollar. So if he was gonna save the dollar, if he likes to save the dollar, that means there's no way we're gonna catch a buy. It's just gonna drop. He's I don't understand why he wants to save the dollar. So I mean, well, whatever. That ain't nothing for me to understand. But we still have it's still good for a buy. I'm gonna wait for some confirmation getting. You see the divergence?
Yes.
But yeah, it's still good for a buy. Just need to wait for. I'm gonna wait till tonight, see what happens. If I see some bullish movement, I'm gonna get back in.
Okay.
Yeah, you see how I only use my RSI and this awesome oscillator when I'm looking for divergence. Once I see it, I cut it off. It's noise now. I don't need it. I don't even need this no more. I try to negative Forex trade just as close as possible. I even take the fractals off. And once I figure out the levels, okay, I see what I see. Cut them off so I can just see price action. Instead of having moving averages on and all that. What do I need a moving average on? I already know where they're at. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm trying to get you guys at, so you can look at the charts and do your analysis without noise. Indicators are noise. You don't need them. Oh, I forgot I was in the gold still. Oh no, this ain't my account. Never mind. That's somebody else's account. All right, so is it starting to is it starting to get more, I guess, easier to understand what I'm trying to illustrate in the market, or are you still, stuck somewhere?
Yes.
It's getting better.
Better, yeah.
Yeah, way better. Jay, I know Jay is starting to really get it. I was looking at some of his pictures that he puts on Discord, and I'm like, okay, he's getting it. Like, he's really starting to understand this. And I know you're starting to understand it too. But just keep plugging in. Just keep plugging in. Oh yeah, man, no problem. We trying. Just keep plugging in. I'm actually, this is being recorded. So I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna end it here, but I'm gonna put this on my YouTube channel. And I'm gonna start recording all of our education, everything that we do education wise. That way, if you guys, get stuck at something, you can always go back and refer to, the videos and stuff. And the more you look at them, of course, the better things get. So I'm gonna conclude it with that. Tonight, do we have a what's the schedule tonight? Let me go look real quick.
Yes, we have 10 p.m.
We're at 10 p.m. So okay, I need to, what's tonight? Okay, news will be over. What pair should we look for tonight? I'll let you guys pick. For
New
a
Zealand
currency.
USD again, maybe.
You say Euro USD?
No, New Zealand USD again, maybe.
Okay, New Zealand USD. Okay. We'll be looking out for New Zealand USD, and we'll do a double. Because Jay was looking at GBP New Zealand. It was about to drop. It did, but the news messed up his trade too. Did you realize that, Jay? Look at the news did to your trade. This it? GBP New Zealand? It didn't really go down like it was supposed to. That's the area right there. It's at a retest area. We do have a low right there that we have to take consideration. I was thinking it was going to go ahead and make that lower low, but it got stuck right there because the news pushed it back up. Then we got that level right there. So what I was looking for, I'm always going for the long shot, the lower low. So I was looking for it to break, then retest and come back down right here. But if we get this New Zealand dollar, because you remember the major moves first, or sometimes it doesn't, it depends on what the dollar, if the dollar being super duper bullish, then it won't let the majors move. But If it's just a normal, regular old Forex trading day, New Zealand dollar gonna move first, then New Zealand JPY, then Euro New Zealand, then GBP New Zealand. This is really a fourth. This is the fourth thing that move. Euro New Zealand will move before this one does. But if we get NU to fly up, this is gonna drop. So we'll be looking for this. Matter of fact, Jay, be looking for. I don't know if you're still in this trade, but wow, look at it. Now see, we go over to the H4 instead of looking on the daily. Now we go to the daily. I mean the H4. We got the H4 right there. Pull back right there on the H4. Structural high on H4 right here. The next area right there. This rejects it, make a lower low, then retest, and just keep dropping. So you finna get back. He said he finna get back. I mean, I wouldn't be. I don't see why not. You know, that is definitely the H4 retest after this pullback, and this candle is red. Obviously, it's not trying to make it. Yeah. So hey, you never know. I'm gonna be doing NU, J, do GBP New Zealand, because if New Zealand ends up being strong, this will sell off, NU will fly. So let's play it by ear like that. Is that cool with y'all? All right, cool. All right, well, we'll
Yes.
conclude this.
Okay.
And I'm actually, once I'm done with this, I'm gonna put this on my YouTube channel and I'll put the link out in the Discord because I know that Gareth wanted to me to record it anyway. So since Gareth wants me to record them, I'll do that for you guys. I'll just put them on the Discord once I put it on YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, no problem, man. All right, I'll see y'all tonight.
See you. Thank you.
See you.